After the release of Mario Kart 64, Naughty Dog went to work on a kart racer of their own for the PlayStation, which Sony agreed on after seeing it in action with their own mascot at the time, Crash Bandicoot. Crash Team Racing would release in 1999, and it was a highly successful racer that beaten out its competitions. Now, 20 years later, Beanox had given the game a facelift remaster on the PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch after the success of the Insane trilogy. But are there any differences between this and the original? Welcome to the HUD everyone, I'm Zacharoni, and today I'll be a waiter who will be going through some of the features the game has to offer. So without further ado, please be seated, and here are the toppings on Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. In single-player mode, titled Adventure Mode, a space alien named Nitrous Oxide had come to Earth to find the best driver on the planet. If he or she beats him in a race, then he'll back off, but if he wins, he'll enslave the entire planet, turning it into a parking lot for some reason. When you start the game up, you have two modes to choose from with 3 difficulties. One where you can switch out characters on the fly, or you can play it like the original where you just pick one character to go through the entire game with. Then you are dropped into the game's world that you can drive around and enter portals to start a race. Each race you win earns you a trophy, and if you collect a set number of them, you are presented with a boss race. When you defeat a boss, you earn a key to proceed to the next part of the world. And as you keep playing, you get tips from Aku Aku or Uka Uka if you're playing as any of the villains about the game's mechanics. For the completionists, there are special challenges like time trials where you earn a relic for getting under the detonated time while smashing time crates to stop the timer for a few seconds. Another where you need to finish in first place with the 3-lettered T, C, and R that earns you a token. And there are special tokens that require you to collect 20 crystals before time runs out. As for multiplayer, you can have the 4 players offline in standard races, cup races where you get points in which position you are in, and battle mode where you can do last man standing, getting the most points at the end, or collecting crystals, or team ones like capture the flag or who can collect the most beacons. Finally, there's online, where you can race or battle in private matches, matchmaking, or with friends to up to 8 players. But when the first racer crosses the finish line, the other racers will have 20 seconds to finish the race to validate their position. Whatever you do in this game, you earn character skins and kart parts that you can use for customization, and coins can be used in the pit stop to purchase special kart parts, alternative costumes, and characters from the first game's sequel, Nitro Kart. Oh, and you also unlock the boss characters once you have beaten them for the first time. In the original version, the game presents itself with colorful polygon graphics. Now in Nitro Fuels, environment has upscale textures, improved lighting, and characters with realistic fur and expressions. The soundtrack was originally composed by Josh Mason, but the new remake tunes are done by Todd Master and Ashif Hackett, which you can switch between the 2 tracks in the options menu. The voice cast from the Insane trilogy reprise their roles as the 8 main characters. Well, 6 if you can count Polar and Pura, who are voiced by Misty Lee. However, the voice actor from the original, David Anthony Pituro, doesn't reply his role as Nitrous Oxide. Instead, he is voiced by Corey Burton, who is also voicing Dr. Engine as well. As for options, you can alter the volumes for music, sound effects, and voices, activate subtitles, and, just like I said earlier, switch between the 2 soundtracks. For the pros, there aren't any new features to the gameplay. It's just the same game, just with upscale graphics. But those who never played the original, here's what you need to know. There are 3 types of class characters to pick from. Beginners are small but can turn easier. Intermediate are well-rounded or focus on acceleration, while advanced are big but focus on speed boots. Just like every racing game, you got your standard acceleration and brake. However, the drift mechanic has one feature that other kart races don't. When you do a power drift, you see black smoke coming out of the exhaust. At the bottom right corner, you have a meter that fills up every time you drift, and if you press the opposite drift button before it reaches the end, you get a speed boost which can go up to 3 times. However, don't be holding it down too long, otherwise you'll spin out of control. Plus, if you jump before reaching the end of a ramp, then you get an extra speed boost when you hit the ground, depending on how long you stayed in the air for. As for power-ups, they range from rolling bombs, heat-seeking missiles, and there are ones that are used for last place, like a clock that slows other drivers down. Collecting Wumpa Fruit will increase your speed, but collecting 10 will enhance each power-up. For example, the TNT crate will become a Nitro crate. While the TNT crate will land on top of a driver's head and they have to keep jumping to get rid of it before it blows up, the Nitro crate will instantly blow up when you drive into it. Each track you race on will feature hazards like slippy surfaces, great balls of fire, and piranha plants that devour you if you get too close to them. They also added tracks from Nitro Kart, but the one feature they removed from them, and trust me, Vicarious Vision came up with this before Nintendo did, is the anti-gravity sections, though they were just a gimmick rather than the one you see in Mario Kart 8 really. Nitro Fuel will cost you £34.99 both retail and digitally, that requires 17GB of storage that comes with 47 achievements and trophies, including a platinum, and those who pre-order will receive Electro skins for Crash, Coco, and Cortex. But if you want more content, then you can get the Nitrate Oxide edition for £54.99, both retail and digitally, which allowed you to unlock Nitrate Oxide straight away, along with its hovercraft, and 3 extra characters, Crunch, Zim, and Zam, an exclusive paint job, sticker, and decal for the hovercraft, and you get 5 skins for Oxide, Crash, Coco, Cortex, and Crunch. If you pick up the PS4 version, then you get an exclusive card part, track, and skins for Crash, Coco, and Cortex that is based on the original PS1 classic. As for future content, Activision and Beanox had announced an event called Grand Prix, which will start on the 3rd of July, where you earn new characters, cards, and stickers if certain conditions are made during these events. Plus, each Grand Prix will feature new tracks to race on, which are based on the 3rd racing game in the series, Crash Tag Team Racing. Well, that's some of the features that I can tell you right now, but if there are some that I've missed, let me know in the comments, and I hope this will give you an idea of what you'll be getting for your money. Check back with me later, and I'll tell you what I think of Nitrate Fuels in a second helpings video, and if you like what you see, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also a huge thanks to Mukabe, sorry if I couldn't pronounce that name right, for the new intro, outro, and thumbnail. Links to its channel is in the description down below. But until then, I'm Zacharoni. Enjoy your pizza, and I'll see you next time.